I'm Adele from Her Smile, and today I'm going to teach you my secrets to a 5-minute makeup so that you can step up looking professional, confident, and fresh. So let's get started. Now, the most important thing you do is make sure that you have done a good prep of your skin. So I don't know what skincare you use, and that's not in this video tutorial. So watch out for future tutorials about skincare, because I'm deeply passionate about you getting the correct skincare that you actually get results, and that you're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars for tubes of hope. You want to know that you're getting results, so look out for that video. But I'm assuming that you have actually done your skincare routine, so we're just going to be starting with actual makeup. So what we do is we start off with a foundation. Now you can have a tinted foundation or just a normal foundation. That again depends on your skin type, on your age, so many variables, and that's why I really encourage you to book in a makeup tutorial with me, because I do it one-on-one, online, face-to-face, whichever works for you, really successful, and we get down to the unique features of you to make sure that your natural beauty is enhanced. So what we're doing now is a foundation, and what we do is I always recommend the best tools you have are your fingers for foundation. So we put our foundation on and massage it in. It just makes the foundation warm so that when you put it on, it's going to slide and do a beautiful job. So you start to rub it in beautifully all over your face. Make sure that you are going everywhere. Into your hairline. You don't want to leave a gap. Making sure it's going into your hairline, making sure it's going all over your face, into all the nooks and crannies. Pat underneath your eyes. Be very, very careful with this delicate skin. Make sure that you go right down into the eyelashes, right up to the eyebrow, and then make sure that you massage it right down into your neck, because we don't want to look at you and see this line. I see it so often, this line where ladies have stopped here and then they've got dark here and light here, or the other way around, depending on what their foundation color is. So another thing, if you're wanting to actually use a tinted moisturizer, which is very nice for the beach or a picnic, if you're not wanting to look so made up, take your moisturizer, put a little bit of your foundation with it, and then you just massage them together, all right? And then again, just putting it wherever you need it, well, everywhere, massaging it everywhere, going through the same process, massaging it down onto your neck. Now, when you're doing your foundation, if you're wanting to get a really, really professional look, what we call the airbrush look, is that you actually use the stipple brush. So what I mean by that is you take your foundation, I'm using an awful lot now, wouldn't normally put this much on, and a stipple brush, okay, that's what they're called, and you pat it, okay, get it onto your brush, and then you pat it onto your skin. And what that does is it gives it a lovely even finish all over. You're getting a very special tip for free. So imagine what you would get if you booked in for an actual makeup tutorial. So it's patting it everywhere, all the nooks and crannies, pat, 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 and allow it to dry. And that is a beautiful look. You can even go out just like that. I always say, if you're going to go down to the supermarket, at least have your foundation, step 1, and step 2, which we're going to do now, and that's the concealer. So we use the concealer to conceal any marks, any redness, anything that you don't like on your skin. And this is very unique to you. So what I do is you take a brush and your concealer. You can put some on your hand like that if you like. And then what you do is you take very little. And then you start, I go into the corners of the nose, okay, and pat it with your finger. I go into anywhere there's redness. So if there's a mark there, there's a mark there, there's a mark there, and pat it with your finger. A lot of people have redness on their cheeks, redness on their nose. So if you've got a red nose, if you're inclined to have a red nose, then just patting, putting that on the redness and patting. Pat, 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 pat. Don't rub, okay? You don't want to undo all your hard work that you've done with your foundation. So patting, patting, patting. Just looking for any redness, any marks that you don't like, concealing any marks that you don't like. And there you can go under the eye as well, into, you can see where I've got a bit of darkness there. We all get darkness there. I've run out, I need some more. So that's it, you get the idea. Anywhere where you've got marks that you don't like the marks and you want to hide them, that's what this is for. We are concealing, we're doing exactly that. We are hiding any darkness that we don't like. We're lifting the color up to make it look fresh and young and healthy. That darkness drags us down. So we want to be putting a light color where it's dark to lift the skin, the color of that skin, so that it's the same color as the skin around it. That's the idea with concealing. It's hiding marks or lifting the darkness and raising it to the same color as the skin around it. Be careful under the eye, don't put too much under the eye. Under the eye is something that I really cover in great depth in my makeup tutorials, but we're just doing a quick makeup tutorial. Hiding any redness, any marks. Remember, you've got the kids screaming in the kitchen, they're hungry, they need their lunch. You just quickly need to get yourself made up so that you step out the door looking amazing. Okay, let's move on to the next step. All right, you're doing well. So we have done good skin prep, whatever you do at home. Then you've got your foundation on and you've blended it right down into your neck and onto your chest so that all the colors are the same when we look at you. Then you've got your concealer, you've gone and hidden any redness, any dark marks on your skin that you don't like. Next step is the one that makes us look youthful, and that's the blush. So we go with our blush. I like to use an angle brush for the blush. And then you look at your cheeks. Now you want to be staying on the outside of the eye. You don't want to be coming in under the eye, because then you're going to make yourself look old. This drags you down. So you want to be going from the outside of the eye up to the hairline, sort of the top of the ear. So our blush is normally in this direction, on the cheekbone. Feel the cheekbone. That's where you want to be taking your blush, and sometimes you can go into the temple as well. So we go like that. So you take your blush, pat it. Now you shake it off so that there isn't any excess powder. I also like to just pat it a little bit. What you can do if you've got a very oily skin, be careful, you might need to powder. So I have a translucent powder that I use. Put it on your stipple brush if you like, just pat it so that there's not too much powder there. And if you're going to apply powder onto a cream, then you've got a problem, because then it's going to stick and it's not going to move. So you want to make sure that you powder that area first with a translucent powder, and then you can go on with your blush. If you're using a cream blush, then you're fine, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so there we've got our blush, and then we pat. All right, don't rub, you don't want to be rubbing. Patting, 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 that's what we do. Okay, so we're starting on the outside of the eye, we're moving up to the hairline and across to above the eyebrow. That's what we're doing with our blush. We don't want to bring it down here, because then it's going to drag your face down and make you look older. We want to raise the cheekbone. So we start on the cheekbone, right? And that's where we go. That's your guideline. So you start from the outside of the eye, the corner of the eye, and you pat and you go up, 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 and come back down. Now be careful, you don't want to look too done up. Be very cautious about how much blush you put on. You've got to make sure that it's just enough so that you look youthful and it's lifted and raised you, instead of made you actually stand out and be too harsh. So have a look and be careful. If you feel that you can actually powder. If you feel that you've put too much on, you can just powder over it. That's what I do. We just solve most of our problems with just going back over it with a bit of powder on a brush. Now this is a day makeup. If it were nighttime, we'd be doing something completely different, but this is just to run out the door looking professional, fresh, and youthful. Are you having fun? I know I am. I love this part. I love the makeup. So the next step now is your eyes. Your eyes communicate from the soul. They communicate confidence and they make you look awake. You can see I've got no mascara on, and you're going to see how different it looks when I have got some on. So really important that you are going to use a mascara. And my thing is, during the day, you only need one layer of mascara for daytime. And what you're going to need is a mascara and then what we call a spoolie brush, a clean brush. And you'll see why now. As you start, I go, and because there's a lot of mascara on this particular brush, I do that quickly. And then I get in with the spoolie and I make sure that it is even. And that there's no clumps. That's the role of the spoolie brush. As you can see, we just want to get underneath, pushing straight up, getting rid of any clumpiness. We don't want it to look too done up. This is just day makeup, so be very careful. You can put more layers on for the evening. What we do is we take the brush and we go evenly. Be very careful not to mess on the top lid. And then you go with your spoolie brush and you make sure that there are no clumps in what you are doing. So as I said, I've got this little magnifying mirror, which is very successful for checking that your hairs are all in the right place. And if you do splash some mascara onto your skin, just use a earbud to remove them. You see how that has lifted my face immediately. That's what we want to do, is be lifting the face, because as we get older, everything starts to sag. So we're always thinking of up, everything going up, the blush going up, the mascara going up. You stay away from the bottom lashes because that'll drag you down. Lifting up as we go. Now you want to make sure that your eyebrows are tidy. So you're just going to take a spoolie brush and you're going to brush them and make sure they are hair, just like the hair on your head, just like the hair on your eyelashes. So you're just brushing hair. We don't want them to look fake, ladies. Remember we said this is a fresh makeup, not a fake makeup. I don't understand all those heavy, overdone eyebrows. They are not flattering, they are not youthful, and I don't get it. So if you're with me, that's great. We're just going to brush our eyebrows up. If you have got eyebrows that don't have a lot of color, I suggest you have them shaped and tinted. And then you can actually buy a tinted mascara, especially for eyebrows, that can just give it a color as well. But all you're wanting to do is brush them up and give them shape. Don't overdo them, please. Now we are going to get to the final step, and that is your lips. We want to enhance them. We want to give them some color. We want to make them look moist. Remember, this is just a 5-minute makeup, so something that we can do quickly. And so you have a lip gloss or whatever it is that you like, your favorite lipstick. Now you can just put it on, but I'm a bit pedantic, so I like to use a brush. And what I suggest you do is use a magnifying mirror. And that's what I do, is I line my lips looking in the mirror. And then I fill it in. So you can fill it in with the brush. And that will give you a lovely straight line. And as I say, I'm pedantic, so I like the lines to be neat. Now, can you see how that just lifts your face? A little bit of mascara covered your skin to make all the colors the same even tone, looks more professional, looks more confident, will make you feel more confident, makes you feel fresh. Your blush lifts you up, your eyelashes lift you up, your lip gloss lifts you up, or a little bit of color in the lip gloss lifts you up. This is the whole idea of just a 5-minute quick makeup. Remember, your makeup is here to enhance your natural beauty, not to hide it. And I always say no makeup is better than bad makeup. So now you have no excuses because you have the right ideas. Now let's just see if I pull my hair down. You know what, that looks better. Then I'm ready to step out the door. No more excuses. Now, if you like what you have learned, as I have said, I can take you deep into the makeup for your skin, uniquely for you, for your makeup, your face shape, your eyes, your colors, your everything. We go into it all in depth. And I've had 40 years plus experience in this. So please, ladies, you're welcome to book in a call with me or a private tutorial or a group tutorial with your friends. But otherwise, thank you, and I hope that you like this. If you did, please like it. Please leave some comments. And otherwise, until next time.